This loss hurt. What could go wrong did go wrong in this game. This is Giants Roundup on a Tuesday night, May 29th. And of course, you can follow on Twitter. You can join the Crooked Kite page on Facebook. And of course, you can please be kind and hit that subscribe button. No, this was not a fun game tonight. Not at now the Giants. Now it is a 1-6 roadie, and there's a really good chance the Giants could be going home with only one win on this road trip, and this season could be slowly falling out of reach at this point. I mean, the wild card. I don't even think the wild card is even in play. With the Central and the East playing as well as they are, it's got to be the division. But if Colorado starts, but this team does not look like a team that's ready to compete for the playoffs at this rate. As an old saying would say, feels like this for me with right now with the Giants. Yeah, don't talk about playoffs. I just want this Giants team to win a game. That's all I want. This team's not a playoff team. The rotation shit, and it might even be more shit tomorrow. It might even be getting shittier now that Samardzija's possibly done for the year. Samardzija pitched only one inning tonight, and it was not good. Samardzija gives up 2 earned in 1 inning pitched, but I don't think that was a real indictment of him. Arenado grounds out score. Charlie Blackmon. Trevor Story triples to score Para. And then when Samardzija didn't come out in the second inning, it looks like he aggravated his shoulder, and this is not good. I think this is a really good chance that Samardzija is not going to be back for the rest of the year. He threw the bat, and I think he knows it's at this point his hope is he can avoid surgery, but it's a real possibility he's going to have shoulder surgery. That is certainly something there. And then we've got the debut of Derek Rodriguez, and he wasn't too bad. I don't think he was too terribly bad. 3 1/3 innings, 4 runs, 1 earned, and that was another big problem with the Giants tonight. Fundamental mistakes. 6 runners stranded. Oh, wow. And Kelby Tomlinson just did not have a good game tonight. Yeah, 4 errors, and Kelby was responsible for 3 of the errors. Kelby had a ground ball error, was charged with a throwing error and 2 ground ball errors, and then Belt had a throwing error. Tomorrow, Kelby has to ride the pine. There is no way, no how Kelby Tomlinson should be starting at second tomorrow. It's got to be Panda, 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 Panda. I'm going to take my chances with Pablo Sandoval at second base until Joe Panic is back. And know what? I think it's time to. Kelby's hitting 219. He's taken a step back. He's regressed this year. I think it's time to move on from Kelby Tomlinson. To be honest, I think, especially once Alan Hansen returns from the disabled list, I think it's time to move on from Kelby Tomlinson. I just think his roster spot's going to be taken away by Alan Hansen. Hansen can hit for power, and he'd be a much better tool off the bench. And Pablo Sandoval isn't going anywhere, but I want to see Pablo playing at second base tomorrow. It cannot hurt to go to Pablo Sandoval tomorrow at second base. But I think the numbers but yeah, the 4 runs that most of them were unearned, but Derek Rodriguez, he did his best part to spare the bullpen today. I think he certainly will take a Samardzija spot in the rotation. Certainly, I think that's certainly going to be a certainty there. We'll see. And it could be a competition between Derek Rodriguez and Andy Suarez now. So maybe it gives Andy Suarez some motivation. Will Smith was good. And it was a close game until Corey Guerin came in. And man, Guerin was the gas can tonight. 4 earned in 1 inning pitched. And it was a home run by Dahl that scored Iannetta. Iannetta scored Ian Desmond. And Corey Guerin just got lit up. Ty Block pitched out of the pen, gave up an earned run. I think this is where Ty Block's future is going to be, is in the bullpen to eat innings. But with Samardzija likely hitting the DL, question is going to be who is going to take his spot in the bullpen. If we have to make, so I certainly think Rodriguez slides into the rotation now. You may possibly, and maybe Melanson's ready. You might have to hope Mark Melanson's ready to be activated. That's a possibility. Or another possibility for the bullpens. Maybe you get another, you may have to bring back up, I dare say it, especially if Derek Rodriguez it goes on the DL, is Tyler Beatty. And this would be a scary thought, is Beatty possibly having to be up by default. But certainly Beatty would certainly not be starting. I certainly think he'd be pitching out of the pen, but it's getting that far, could be that bad and dire straits. You may have Beatty back up with the Giants for the week out of necessity. This is getting ugly. But the Rockies just feasted on Guerin. They did not get that. It was only 11 runs, 15 hits. They just made the Giants paid for it. Iannetta went 2 for 3. And then they were able to start getting on Freeland a little bit in the 5th. And they started making it close with some teaser homers with Buster Posey. And that has to feel good for Buster Posey getting that home run. He hasn't hit a home run since way early in the season. That's got to be a shot of confidence. 2 home runs from Evan Longoria. He's certainly had his struggles this year. That puts Longoria's average up to 263, which is respectable. McCutchen was not too bad either, and then McCutchen ran into the wall. That was a scary moment. I thought at that point McCutchen might leave the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if McCutchen gets a rest day tomorrow. So you could see a lot of shifting around tomorrow, but Kelby's got to sit. There is no way Kelby plays tomorrow after a 3-error day. he watches tomorrow's game from the dugout. But the rotations just become that much more of a mess with Samardzija likely hurt long term. His velocity was down. He's so something was telling me I knew this that he's been playing hurt and I think just finally caught up to him. But we'll see what happens. We'll get an MRI tomorrow and we'll get an official verdict if it's going to be surgery or not. I totally would not be surprised if Samardzija ends up needing shoulder surgery out of this. It's been one of those years. But what's worse is now the Giants are 5 games out of first at 25-30, and they have lost 3 in a row. They've lost 6 out of the last 7. Really, I think it might be time to for Bochy to call a team meeting or something. It's not good right now. The fundamental mistakes, the stranding the runners. This is last year all over again. Last year and a half all over again. Now it's becoming a 2-year thing, and now is the time. You cannot sit on the pot anymore. You got to make them. But there's really not a lot you can acquire either until you get guys healthy too. You're gonna have to hope you may be trading Panda or Watson to acquire a pitcher. I just don't know where or if this season really becomes lost. And this is a real possibility. It could become a lost season. Man, it could be a good year to stock up on prospects. Hunter Strickland, he'll bring you back a good haul of prospects. Brandon Belt might get you a nice return. Joe Panic will bring you some return. It might just finally be time to stock the farm, and the farm has not been great this year. It just might be time to change the culture. But now you're calling on Derek Holland to be a stopper at Coors, not exactly a recipe for success. And crazy enough, in this terrible year of the pitching, Holland's almost been the ace of the rotation. His last couple starts have actually been decent. So maybe the Giants can salvage a game tomorrow with Derek Holland on the mound, and he's going to be and he's not going to have a lot of help. It's don't expect the bull. He can't rely on the bullpen tomorrow. He needs to get they need 7 innings out of somebody, please. But there is hope on there are reinforcements coming next week by the name of one Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner to I don't know if he Bumgarner's going to try to save the season. We'll see what happens. But hopefully, at least it will create some stability. But June 5th, Madison Bumgarner will be back next Tuesday. So this is. But if things don't improve soon, it could be time to start talking about the impending fire sale. So we shall see. And there's not a lot of time left. But they need Panda back. I mean, Panda's got to play but Panda's got to be your everyday second baseman until. But they need Panda playing every day at second until Joe Panic's back. But it doesn't get any better when they play Philadelphia next week. But now we are 5 games back of Colorado, and that's just not good. This team just needs to dig deep. All right, let's go to the MLB Roundup for tonight. The D-backs beat the Reds 5-2. Your winning pitcher, Zach Godley. Your losing pitcher, Luis Castillo. Brad Boxberger gets his 13th save of the year. Yeah, there we go with that one. And then Daniel Descalso with his 6th home run of the year. And the Indians beat the White Sox 7-3. Your winning pitcher, Mike Clevenger. Your losing pitcher, Lucas Giolito. Michael Brantley goes 3-for-4 for the Tribe tonight. Hits his 9th home run of the year. Jose Ramirez with his 16th home run of the year for the Tribe. And Giolito gets pounded for 5 earned and 6 innings pitched. And Cleveland's now 3, may not be the worst team over 500, the worst division leading team at this moment now, 28-25. In the Bronx, the Yankees beat the Astros 6-5. Your winning pitcher, Aroldis Chapman. Your losing pitcher, Brad Peacock. Brett Gardner goes 4-for-5 for the Bombers with 2 home runs tonight. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. All rise for Aaron Judge. His 15th home run of the year. And Peacock, a second loss in a row. Chris Davinsky blows the save, 2 earned in 1 inning pitch for Houston. In Pittsburgh, the Cubs beat the Pirates 8-6. Your winning pitcher, John Lester. Your losing pitcher, Edgar Santana. Austin Meadows goes 3-for-5. Sterling Marte 3-for-5 for the Bucks tonight. Anthony Rizzo 2-for-3. And speaking of Anthony Rizzo, they actually declared his slide illegal by the league. So it will get interesting to see if the league decides to fine or suspend Anthony Rizzo for that slide. And I think also Pittsburgh, well, they did not hit Rizzo with a pitch tonight, but Contreras took 2 hit by pitches tonight. And I think Michael Feliz was ejected for hitting Contreras the second time. I certainly still wouldn't surprise me if they do decide to hit Rizzo before the series is over. Brian Dwenzing, 2 earned and 1/3 of an inning pitch for Chicago. Edgar Santana, 3 earned and 2 innings pitched, 2/3 of an inning pitched. Michael Feliz, 2 earned runs. in 1 inning pitch for Pittsburgh. And in Baltimore, the Nationals beat the O's 3-2. Your winning pitcher, Jeremy Hellickson. Taking the loss, Dylan Bundy. Bryce Harper goes 3-for-5, hits his 17th home run of the year for the Nats. Juan Soto, 3-for-3 for Washington. And Manny Machado hit his 16th home run of the year. Dylan Bundy just did not get the run support tonight. And Hellickson has been good since joining the Nats, so that's been really good pickup by the Nationals. The Angels beat the Tigers 9-2. Your winning pitcher, Nick Torpiano, goes 5 1/3 innings pitched, 2 earned. Michael Fulmer, not a good night tonight. 3 1/3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. Albert Pujols, 3-for-5. Luis Valbuena, 2 home runs tonight. As the Angels take the win, Buck Farmer, 3 earned in 1 inning pitched. Probably be earning a trip back to the minors after tonight. And in Fenway, the Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 8-3. Your winning pitcher, Rick Porcello. Your losing pitcher, Marco Estrada, roughed up, 4 earned in 3 2/3 innings pitched. Sandy Leon, 3-for-4. Xander Bogaerts' 8th home run of the year for Boston. And Estrada's ERA climbs to 5.68. Joe Biagini, 2 earned in 1 inning pitched. Danny Barnes, 2 earned in 1 inning pitched for Boston. In Atlanta, the Braves beat the Mets 7-6. Your winning pitcher, Daniel Winkler. Your losing pitcher, Gerson Batista. Charlie Culberson goes 2-for-3. Dansby Swanson, 2-for-3 for Atlanta. Brandon Nimmo, 2-for-3 for the Mets. And this was not a good night for Braves pitching. First of all, Thor goes back on the disabled list. And then Steven Matz leaves the game with an injury after 3 scoreless innings. So you'll probably see Chris Flexen be summoned at some point in the next few days for the Mets. And Jacob Rom, 3 earned in 1 1/3 innings pitched. Anibal Sanchez only goes 4 innings for the Braves tonight, 4 earned, and looks like Sanchez and Winkler both hit Brandon Nimmo tonight, so not could see a little bit of a beanball war tomorrow there. Then in Milwaukee, the Cardinals top the Brewers tonight 6-1. Your winning pitcher, Michael Wacha. Your losing pitcher, Zach Davies. 5 earned in 5 innings pitched for Davies. Francisco Pena goes 3-for-4 for St. Louis. And games currently in progress right now. In the middle of the 14th inning in Kansas City, the Twins are tied with the Royals at 1 apiece. Eddie Rosario 3-for-7 for Minnesota. And it looks like the good Danny Duffy showed up for once. The bad part was the 4 walks, but 1 earned run, not too bad. Kyle Gibson was good, 7 scoreless innings for Minnesota. And in the top of the ninth, on the other side of the bay at the Oakland Coliseum, the A's are losing to the Rays 3-1. Jed Lowry 2-for-4 for the A's. Former Giant Matt Duffy 3-for-4. Now carrying a batting average of 314. CJ Cron has hit his 12th home run of the year. And Blake Snell, good outing, just an unearned run tonight. Daniel Gossett, an okay outing, 3 earned and 5 innings pitched. Just did not get any run support tonight. Currently down in San Diego, the Padres currently lead the Marlins 5-4. Eric Hosmer 3-for-4 for the Friars tonight. And Tyson Ross 5 1/3, 3 earned runs. Dan Straley 5 runs, 4 earned, and 5 2/3 innings pitched. And currently down in the latrine, the LA Dodgers are currently trailing the Philadelphia Phillies 4-0. Currently pitching for the Dodgers is Daniel Hudson. Jake Arrieta pitches 7 scoreless innings. Kenta Maeda leaves the game early with an injury and could be hitting the disabled list for the Dodgers. Pedro Baez an earned run in 1 inning pitched. Scott Alexander an earned run in 1 1/3 innings pitched in LA. And the other game currently in progress in Seattle, the Mariners trail the Rangers 5-4. Gene Segura has gone 3-for-4 for the Mariners. Nelson Cruz 2-for-3. Ryan Healy 2-for-3 for Seattle. Nomar Mazara 2-for-3 for Texas. Shin-Soo Choo, his 9th home run of the year. Not a good night from Austin Beebens Dirks. 4 2/3 innings pitched, 4 earned. King Felix 5 earned and 5 innings pitched tonight, as he's starting to look like a shell of his former self at this point. And down on the farm tonight, the Grizzlies beat the Chihuahuas 2-1. Your winning pitcher, Josh James, 7 strong, 1 earned, 9 strikeouts. Dylan Overton takes the loss for the Chihuahuas. And in Sacramento tonight, the River Cats beat the Isotopes 8-1. Your winning pitcher, Casey Kelly, 7 innings pitched, 1 earned, 9 strikeouts. Definitely a good outing out of Casey Kelly. That's somebody you may want to watch, even though he's not on the 40-man roster at this moment. Might be Casey Kelly. He certainly could be setting himself up for a call-up at some point. Joe Panic goes 1-for-4. A scoreless inning out of Mark Melanson. He may be ready for a call-up. Ryan Hannigan 1-for-3 in his debut with the River Cats. Orlando Calixte 2-for-4. And yeah, Casey Kelly as the pitcher goes 2-for-3 at the plate tonight. So Ryder Jones 4-for-5. So Ryder Jones, that's certainly a guy that could be a trade chip at the deadline. Miles Schroeder is another possibility. Miles Schroeder goes 4-for-5 tonight. And I think this will conclude tonight's show. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully, we can come back and get a W for tomorrow night's. Hopefully, it'll be a win tomorrow night, and at least get something. Get a win tomorrow. Get some run. Maybe get some outings, some innings out of Holland tomorrow. Just something to make you feel good heading back to. It's not going to get any easier with. Certainly not going to get any easier with Philadelphia coming to town. But John Gray, he's had his issues this year, so take advantage of it. This could be a favorable matchup. It's going to be John Gray against Derek Holland. This could be a game the Giants can win, and they need something. They can't afford too many more losses at this point, or it will be fire sale time. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. Good night.